Hey guys, how the hell are you? Time for an all-new iFAQ video, the series where if you've got a question that's burning a hole in the back of your brain, now's your time to let it out. So drop a comment in the comment section below. Maybe your question might get answered in a future video. Without further ado, let's just get right to the first question. Hey Arnold, have you ever got your hands on a Daemoness guitar or seen them? Yes, I've had a chance to play a Daemoness guitar, and what I will say is that from that very first impression, the build quality was spectacular, but that particular one wasn't a very inspiring instrument to me. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love an opportunity to actually have another Daemoness here to actually check out and give you guys an actual review video. But yeah, that one in particular, I thought was, it was good. It was a great guitar all through and through. Would I say that it was a be-all, end-all instrument like a lot of people make it out to be? Not in my opinion for that particular one. Gotta love how you Americans pronounce all these Nordic metal guitarists' names. Would be polite towards the artist to at least learn how to pronounce the name correctly. Okay, a few things with this. Okay, firstly, with regards to the pronunciation thing. This isn't an American thing, okay? So don't make it out to be that we're all dumbasses who don't even take the time to learn how to pronounce someone's name correctly. I am the dumbass. I could have researched this even slightly and figured out how to pronounce Henrik Danhage's last name correctly. There you go. But I didn't, and that's my own fault, so you make a good point. And for anyone that's wondering why, well, that's the reason why this isn't the Troll of the Week. Because, dude, you do make a great point. However, I'm also gonna say that, dude, it's not that big of a deal, especially when you consider that the person who made the error, I don't even know how to pronounce my own last name, alright? My parents have told me one thing, other German speakers have told me a couple of other different things, so who the fuck knows how to even pronounce my last name? So if I'm having that much problems with something that I've been stuck with for 37 years, how do you think I'm gonna fare trying to pronounce someone else's last name? So, sorry, I guess. Hey Arnold, what are your thoughts on the Brainworks Diesel Herbert or VH4 Sims if you tried it? I haven't tried them. I would love the opportunity to. If you know someone at Brainworks, tell them to get in touch with me, man. I would love to try anything and everything right now. I'm a 7-string virgin, looking at a Schecter Hellraiser C7. That's actually a great instrument to start off with, a lot of bang for your buck with that. What was your first ever 7-string and why did you pick it? My first ever 7-string, and the reason why I picked it was because to me it seemed like the best option at the time as far as overall value. Way back in the day, back when 7-strings were first starting to become a thing, Musician's Friend had a LTD model that was an exclusive one to them. It was the MF207. It was the same as an F207 with the EMG-HZ humbuckers, the Floyd-style trem, and the bolt-on maple neck, and also with that the forest body shape. But what made it the MF model, it had skull and crossbone inlays like the Kirk Hammett model. So was it a little cheesy? A little bit, yeah, but at the same time, this was my first foray into extended range. I was happy to get my hands on it. Was it an awesome guitar? Not really. It was kind of awful, to be honest with you. It definitely does not stack up to the LTDs that we get these days. But at the same time, it was mine. I was happy to have it. I was happy to be branching out into 7-string to see what it was all about. Great FAQing video, man. Enjoyed your thoughts on Texas. I'm living in the Seattle area now, but miss my home state in many ways. People here are simply not interested in metal or guitar music at anywhere near the same level they are in Texas. Question for your next FAQ. Do you care at all about Dallas Stars hockey, and did you know Pantera wrote their goal song? Cheers and rock on. I did know that they had their song written by Pantera. I remember reading that in an old issue of Metal Edge back in the day. But yeah, no, I know that they have a connection with Pantera. I kind of became a hockey fan when I was still living in Rockford, and I went to a few Ice Hogs games. I loved minor league hockey. When I was living in the Bay Area, I became kind of a slightly dedicated San Jose Sharks fan, but at the same time, hockey's one of those sports that I'm less dedicated to the teams that are playing it and more dedicated to actually getting to watch hockey. Like, if I could actually get out and watch a bona fide hockey game live and in person, I would love to do that again. Because I've had some great fun watching hockey games in person and would love to actually go to a Dallas Stars game. But, you know, what with all that's going on right now, who the hell knows when that's going to be. So, fingers crossed that that gets to happen at some point soon. Never did get to see a Sharks game. If money or access to talent was not a problem, would you prefer a killer sample pack or an amazing drummer? Just curious. Hope all is well. I'll be honest with you, I would prefer still working with a sample pack and with Toontrack Superior Drummer. And the reason why is because in the context of a band situation, I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I'm very, very much not in the business of compromising at all. I would rather see my vision through to completion and work with a bunch of MIDI packs and with Toontrack stuff to get it to sound the way I want it to sound without necessarily getting in someone else's contribution. Don't get me wrong, badass drummers out there, and also don't get me wrong, there is a serious difference between the way that an actual drummer plays versus the way even the most awesome of MIDI packs are. But I feel like I'm getting pretty damn close with the MIDI packs that I've been playing with, and I think for everyone's sanity and just peace of mind, I'm just gonna still keep doing my own thing. If I want a contribution from someone else, it probably won't ever be a drummer. I'm looking for a Les Paulish guitar on the cheap. Any recommendations? Yes, if you're looking for something super cheap, number one, you should be checking the used market for Epiphones, because a lot of those are really, really fantastic bangs for the buck. If you're looking for something that you absolutely insist has to be something brand new, you should definitely be checking out a lot of the Harley Benton stuff. Man, I'd love to get some more of that on this channel for you. But, you know, I've had some decent luck playing a lot of Harley Benton stuff recently that has been kind of mind-blowingly awesome for the money. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at that. Usually the shipping fee is not that bad. Usually the price conversion is really, really nice, especially considering what you get out of it. So yeah, I would give that a shot. Hey Arnold, seeing as how you like Alnico 2s, how do you feel about the Duncan Custom Custom? It's an Alnico 2 based pickup. I've got 2 of them and I personally think they effing rip. What are your thoughts on them? I have played many Duncan humbuckers over the years, and that is one of the few I have never ever tried. I would love to actually put one into something so that I could see how it behaves, especially compared to the Alnico 2 Pro, seeing as how it kicks ass in my Framus television model, but I just haven't had the opportunity. You know, no real excuse other than that. Hey man, since you like the Toontrack MIDI stuff, have you looked into Ergotone at all? They have a massive library of metal-oriented MIDI grooves, the Almighty Pack, for $75. Is it Ergotone or is it Ugrotone? I thought it was Ugrotone. Either way, I've barely looked into it, and I just haven't pulled the trigger on anything yet. I would love to check some of that stuff out. I've had a few people tell me that their MIDI packs are ridiculously good, especially for what you get. And especially considering a lot of times they go on stupid, ridiculous sale prices. So, I mean, like, there's a bunch of MIDI packs that you can get right now for like $5. Fuck, why wouldn't you? But I just haven't actually thrown down that 5 bones to actually do so. So I would love to actually check some of that stuff out. Who knows, maybe in the future. And now it's time for this week's Troll of the Week. And this week's Troll of the Week has taken an issue with some of my recent posting that I've been putting on Facebook and on Instagram in particular. So for those of you guys that don't follow me on Facebook and Instagram, maybe you should. Screen name is still the same, Arnold Plays Guitar, and I post a lot of killer guitar stuff on there, but some personal life stuff on there as well from time to time, and that is something that this guy doesn't necessarily like. Hey man, how you doing? I just wanted to tell you, given that you are an influencer. I follow your page, which is labeled as Musician Band, for your gear content. I have no interest in your diet or your endeavors in the kitchen. I know this is your page and you are free to upload whatever you want. Just wanted to share my opinion on that. I kindly ask you to leave non-music related content for another account of yours. Please don't get me wrong, it's just my feedback as a follower of yours. I enjoy your gear reviews a lot, particularly your guitar reviews. Please stick to that kind of content. Hope you have a great day. So firstly, thank you for being polite about it, but no, I'm gonna post whatever the fuck I want. It's my account. If you don't like what I post, no one is forcing you to pay attention to it. I know what the Instagram feed and the Facebook feed really look like. Trust me, as someone who has spent a lot of time on both of those apps, it's literally something where scroll, scroll, scroll. Okay, this, don't care about it. Scroll past it. So if you don't do that, that's kind of on you, man. Oh, so I'm posting something about a dish I recently cooked up, or about my weight loss struggle and how I'm starting to overcome it. By the way, I'm at negative 31 pounds today. So if it's something you don't care for, just keep moving along. I can't be the only person in your newsfeed. If I'm the only person in your newsfeed, your life is a little boring. You need to add more shit to your newsfeed so that there's cooler stuff in there. Scroll past my stuff that you don't like until you get to something that you do like from somebody else. I promise you, there's gonna be more kick-ass stuff coming, but if you don't like something that I post in that moment, and you actually feel compelled to write a message. Oh, by the way, not only did you write a message, but you sent me this nice little picture circling the musician/band portion as if I'm too stupid to know what I've got my page listed under. Thank you for that. I appreciate your help. Dude, I'm at a loss here. Like, this is something that you are letting bother you. It's none of my concern what you let bother you. So maybe you should give that a little bit more thought. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. There's tons more metal guitar oriented content to come. And remember, take what you do seriously, but do not take yourself too seriously.